Over the years, I've gotten a lot of requests to do YouTuber things, like drawing my life, or a top 5 of insert whatever it is here, Harlem Shake, reading hate mail, twerking, or whatever else. And for the most part, I've avoided that stuff because it never really felt relevant to the core content of this channel. But the one thing I can no longer justify having never done is a what's on my phone. So I decided that it was long overdue, and also I am full of turkey and needed something easy to do today. So first things first, a lot of you have noticed in my phone reviews that I usually have a ton of notifications piled up on my lock screen, and the truth is, I have just given up fighting this battle. I don't even bother clearing them anymore because there's just too much. To unlock, I use the trusted device feature of Android, so as long as my paired smartwatch is nearby, my phone will actually unlock without my fingerprint or my password. It's super handy, and between that and being able to ring my phone if I misplace it from my watch, honestly, the whole smartwatch thing has been worth its weight in gold for me. On the main home screen, you'll find pretty much, I guess, the usual stuff, right? An unchanged desktop wallpaper, ain't nobody got time for that. A repositioned but otherwise stock search bar in the top with Google Now. A weather widget that also tells me what day of the week it is and the time if for whatever reason I'm not wearing my watch. And what I like to think is a pretty well organized desktop. The top left spot, the furthest from my right-handed operation of the phone, is reserved for a single temporary use app of some sort. So that's the screen recording app that I'm using to make this video, and I'll delete that when I'm done. Next to that is my alarms, and the first thing you'll notice here is that I'm not an early riser, which is why I made Linus Media Group's start time 9:30 in the morning, and I'm usually 15 to 20 minutes late. Anyway, the only days where I actually get up early are the ones where I have to get the kids ready in the morning. The next two apps are for access control and for spying on the employees to see who left pee spots on the floor of the bathroom or used up all the paper towel in the kitchen without putting a new roll on. The Google Play Store gets its own link with utilities next to that. Here you'll find anything I use fairly frequently that doesn't fall nicely into any of the other categories. I am a huge fan of SoundHound and have been known to excuse myself in crowded restaurants so I can get a clean recording of a song on the speaker in the bathroom where it's quieter. Wi-Fi Analyzer is great for checking out which channels are crowded so you can avoid them for better wireless performance. The Android Wear Companion app lets you change settings for your Android Wear smartwatch if you're into that sort of thing. I mostly leave mine stock. And LastPass and Google Authenticator, along with a YubiKey, which I featured in this video here, make up the layers of security that sit over top of Linus Media Group's important accounts. Now, I'm not issuing a challenge, no system is perfect, but logging into a key company asset would require up to 4 authentication factors. The media folder is pretty self-explanatory, so if you don't know what YouTube is, then the rock that you're living under must be really, really comfortable. Photos I really never use since I always manage photos on my desktop. Google Play Music is pretty much the soundtrack of my life, so that along with Sonos keeps my house full of music and my 1-year-old dancing back and forth like this. Vessel is the early access video platform that we release our content on 1 week before YouTube. Now, Emit is an interesting one. This is the Android equivalent to Air Video on iOS, I guess, except kind of crappier. Unlike Plex, you don't have to pay a monthly fee for remote access to your media files, though, which is nice. I'm a believer that, whatever the legal system thinks, if I paid for a DVD of something, I should be allowed to rip it and serve it to myself for personal use, and no one but me has access to my Emit server, so there you go. That's how I access my media library when I'm on Android. VLC handles playback of any video files I download directly to my phone. It just works. And Plex I've been playing around with, but haven't actually bit the bullet yet on a subscription or the paid app because while it's pretty slick, a monthly fee is a hard pill for me to swallow for streaming media remotely that I already own. Under social is the much consolidated list of, well, social apps that I use. Twitter is a daily, pretty much hourly access app. Hangouts is almost my exclusive messaging app these days, since switching to it is a requirement to work at Linus Media Group, and I've even got my dad on it at this point. The YouTube Studio app is great. It lets me read video comments and see stats in a handy little dashboard that I only used to have access to on the desktop YouTube site. And Facebook, honestly, I almost never look at. I'm not much of a social media poster other than for work. And now that you can't message through the main Facebook app, and the Messenger app drained the crap out of my battery for some reason last time I installed it, this is here pretty much solely to delete the WAN Show Is Now Live post that we put up every week so that people don't get confuzzled. Periscope, I keep telling myself, I'm gonna use it more, I'm gonna use it more, but I never end up doing it. It's actually really fun to do. I don't know, I just can't. I'm usually busy, and then Instagram gets dealt with whenever I open up this folder to post something on Twitter, and then remember, oh, I should probably post something to Instagram. Fun fact, by the way, I follow 0 people on Instagram. Yep, I don't care what photos people post at all. Calendar is next, and that's on here for whenever I'm desperate, I guess. My calendar is usually much too complicated for any mobile app to handle it gracefully. And Maps is here so that I have something to stare at angrily while old people tell me about all the fascinating landmarks that I'm going to see on my way to. Just give me the address already! I don't care if there's a sculpture on the northwest corner of the intersection. Storage and Docs has got Dropbox for its seamless camera backup feature, and actually I've only got a free account because honestly it's enough for me to just dump my photos and videos about once a month to my home server and then start over. Docs and Sheets let me keep track of and edit things like my to-do list and the weekly WAN Show document. I know there are better apps, particularly for checklists like Evernote, but I just find Google Docs more versatile, and I don't need to do things like sketches for the kinds of notes that I keep, so it works really, really well for me. At the bottom is the stock dialer, stock messaging app, Gmail for all my email needs, and Chrome for anything that I don't do from within an app. So right now I've got some Supermicro 90 drive server thing I was scoping out, but usually I just use this to browse the Linus Tech Tips forum, hence the autocomplete suggestion. My second home screen has a bunch of trash that I never got around to removing, and my app drawer has anything that came pre-installed on the phone or that I use less than once a month, like my Chromecast. Overall, I guess the most interesting thing about my standard phone loadout is how incredibly boring it is. I'm always trying to use more advanced stuff like location-based reminders in Keep or NFC tags, but none of it ever really sticks for me. I'm actually kind of a simple person as far as phone use goes. And with all this talk of phones, let's think for a minute. What if you were more of like a phone mobile app developer and you needed a solution for easy online payments? Boom, Braintree. If you're building a mobile app and searching for a simple solution for taking people's money, Braintree could be it. With the Braintree V.0 SDK, which is one small snippet of code, you can be all set up in less than 10 minutes. And they even have support staff to walk you through the process over the phone if you're having any trouble. Their code supports Android, iOS, and JavaScript clients, and they have SDKs in 7 programming languages. With Braintree, you can accept multiple mobile payment types, including PayPal, Apple Pay, Bitcoin, Venmo, cards, and more, all with that single integration. To learn more and get your first $50,000 in transactions without any fees whatsoever, head over to braintreepayments.com/Linus, which is linked in the video description. So thanks for watching, guys. If this video sucked, you know what to do, but if it was awesome, get subscribed, hit the like button, or even consider supporting us directly by using our affiliate code to shop at Amazon, instructions for which are up here, by buying a... Oh, I knocked over a thing. Look at this, it's a light. By buying a cool shirt like this one, or with a direct monthly contribution through our community forum, which gives you a cool little contributor badge. Now that you're done doing all that stuff, you're probably wondering what to watch next, so click that little button in the top right corner to check out our epic data loss video. It is a roller coaster ride of emotion and was actually kind of hard for me to watch even after the fact, so definitely gonna want to check that out.